Tell me when we're rolling. Are we rolling?
Rolling. I've been rolling on the freeway. You know that song? Welcome to the Real Stuff Podcast.
The Real Stuff Podcast.
With me and this guy.
Carson, who are you?
My name is Reese.
His name is Reese.
Yes, I am.
Mm-hmm.
Today it's a beautiful day. It's
in the neighborhood.
the first day that's under 90 degrees in forever, it feels like. And it's also a great day because
we have a special guest.
Yes,
and
who
our
are
special
you?
guest is
What time is he supposed to get here?
Oh, lol.
Wow.
You're the special guest.
Oh, wow.
You.
Yeah,
Awesome.
It is
Yes.
you. Who are you?
Really special.
My name is Eric.
Oh, how do you know us?
I'm your father, Luke.
Luke, I am your father.
Yes, he is. He is our father, and he raised us. So
Yes.
if you hate us, then this is the man to thank.
It's all
This
my
is the man
fault.
responsible,
That's
and
true.
actually interesting, just kind of look ahead. You can kind of get a grasp of our whole family within the next couple weeks. That's just a sneak peek. But Dad's here today.
Yes.
Yes.
Dad, give us, if you were to describe yourself in 4 words,
Ooh, 4 words.
what would they be?
Wow.
Is that one of the words, or is that
Or is that just a precursor to
That's
the
a
words?
precursor.
Okay.
Gotcha.
4 words.
Yeah, 4
Mhm.
words.
Well,
You can do
Carson-
5 if you need
Okay. Christian,
Good.
husband,
Good.
dad,
Good.
fun,
I like
to.
that.
I like
and
that.
handsome.
Oh.
That was a very strategic.
According to your mother.
I think
Yeah.
humble would be your 6th word.
That was the 6. You only gave me 5, so
Yesterday, what was Mom saying yesterday? She said, there was multiple times where she said, Dad, you're so, or she was talking to you, and she was like, you're so handsome. And then she told me how handsome I was because I have both of your looks. And she would have said the same thing to Carson, but Carson was working.
I
Yeah.
was not.
Anyway,
there.
that's
Yeah.
off topic, but here we are.
So, Dad, you've told us a little bit about yourself in very
4
few
words, yes.
Now, tell us about yourself, a little bit about yourself, in slightly more words.
Well, I am an insurance professional
Yeah,
by
you
day. And like I said, I'm a husband. My beautiful wife, Trisha. She's amazing.
Trisha.
Love that woman.
3 great kids.
Wow.
Olivia's number 1, obviously. And then you 2 fight for 2nd and 3rd, depending on the day.
It's weird because I don't remember Liv having you on her podcast.
Oh,
so-
that's true. That's true.
That's true.
But yeah, I am a youth leader at Pathway Visalia.
Yeah,
And I love to travel, love to have fun.
Mm-hmm.
I love to golf, even though I don't do it very often. And I like meeting people, making friends, and having
Yeah.
a good time.
Yeah,
That's
little
what I'm
known
talking
fact.
about.
Dad/Eric pretty much knows everyone on Earth.
True.
Like, we can be anywhere, and he
Yeah.
will run into someone that he knew
knows.
from Farmersville or Exeter or just from his many, I don't even know if travels, just many. He just
Yeah.
knows everyone. He just knows everyone in the world. And, yeah, it's pretty cool, but it can be a little bit annoying if I'm trying to get someone.
This
You
fool's
know,
always
if I'm in a
chatting it up.
hurry. Someone will be like, Eric, is that you?
Yeah.
Time.
Well, and then also we meet up with people out of town when you know them too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's kind of fun, though.
It is fun.
That is
I
cool.
think
It
it's
is fun. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
What you got for us, Carson?
This
Tell
is
me.
what I got. So, I figure, this is Dad's first time on a podcast.
True,
So I
it
figure
is.
no better way to break it in than with a little bit of RS or BS.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think?
I agree.
Now,
wait, can we also touch on the fact that both of us have laptops today?
that's true. We have 2 laptop
We have 2.
guys now.
We too.
yeah.
Maybe we can get Dad one too.
I should have brought my laptop.
I
Yeah.
know.
We're both laptop guys. We're our own Mitchell.
Yeah.
We
We had
don't
to.
even-
We had to make our own
We
way.
took matters into our own hands
Yeah, we
because
did.
you guys failed us.
Yes, you did.
No Mitchell applications.
Mm-mm.
None.
None.
And so we had to do it on our own. But you know what? I think that's okay.
Yeah, we're doing it.
We are.
Making it happen.
So now for the game, RS or BS. I know I don't really have to explain it to you guys because
Yeah.
you do it, and Dad
True.
is a devoted listener.
I
But to
am.
any
Yes,
of
I
you
am.
people, yeah, if it might be your first time listening, RS or BS is the greatest game, a game of my own creation.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing like true or false. I read you a little just random fact. It could be trivia, like something true, or it could be something I made up. And the guests have to tell me if it is RS, real stuff, or true, or BS, bologna sandwich, and false.
Yeah.
So Here we go. Let's just jump right in.
Let's do it.
Okay. This one is interesting.
Okay.
If it's true. Might not be. RS or BS, 90% of all money in the United States has cocaine on it. RS or BS? 90%.
Well, I believe that there is a large percentage.
Yeah.
But I think that 90% is a little high.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with BS, but
I just said high, and there was a drug reference. That was not planned. But I'm gonna have to say BS on that one.
Yeah, I'm with Dad. I think it's probably gonna be BS because it's a large portion, but 90% seems like a bit much.
90% does seem like a lot. So you guys are wrong. That is
Wow.
real stuff. Real stuff. So either from exposure or drug use, I don't know. A study revealed that 90% of the dollars circulating in the economy have small traces of cocaine on them, reaching, like, very small though, like 0.006 micrograms, which is several thousand times smaller than salt. So the green dye on dollar bills causes cocaine residue to stick to them.
Interesting.
So now, I didn't look into this too much. I saw the facts, put it in the game.
Yeah.
And I just believed it.
Yeah.
Because it's on the internet.
Yeah.
So if I'm wrong, don't tell me. But it's pretty much true.
I mean, I'm going to start telling people that fact.
Yeah.
I think so.
That's
I
a
mean,
good icebreaker. Most of these things that you do are good, like icebreakers.
Yeah.
Hey, did
I
you know
actually have heard them in conversation with our listeners now.
that? Really?
Yeah.
Like what fact did you hear?
I can't remember the facts.
Oh, okay.
But I know that.
I think it was the penguin pee. That was the
that
most
one
talked
has
about.
come up a few
Yeah.
times.
Yeah.
I know Jacob likes to bring up some of them.
Yeah.
They're just,
They're good.
they're just fun.
Yeah,
They're
they are.
fun.
Yeah.
Good job, Carson. That's
So-
all you, buddy.
Thank you. So let's keep the fun rolling with
All
my
right.
next fact.
Okay.
RS or BS? This one should be easy.
Okay.
People have tried to sue God. RS or BS?
RS.
You know what? There's some weird people out there,
Yeah.
so I'm going to say that's definitely real.
As sad as it is, that is real stuff.
Yeah.
They always failed. And all of the lawsuits, obviously, are ridiculously stupid.
Yeah.
Which, let's make that our RS for the day. Ridiculously stupid.
Yeah.
That wasn't actually planned. But people have tried to sue God, and they
Interesting.
failed.
What were their like? Why were they suing God?
I know negligence was one of them, which is not accurate.
Yeah.
Sure. I didn't look
Negligence.
into it.
That's stupid.
It's ridiculous. God is not negligent, but they've tried. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah.
Scientists recently discovered a new color titled Sega Z, RS or BS. 2 words, Sega Z. Like, I don't know if Z is the classification or what that is, but it's called Sega Z, RS or BS.
Have you guys ever seen this color?
I'm colorblind? Probably not.
Probably not.
I'm gonna go with RS. That's
Okay,
what my heart is telling
let's
me.
do RS on that one.
That's BS. I totally made it up. Total lie. That was, I don't do that very often. I was like, I could just make stuff up. And I tried to make it sound official. So, total lie. Totally made it up.
Because usually you'll take a fact and twist it.
And I'll twist it. Yeah, because I think that's fun. But I don't make them up enough, and I think I should.
Yeah.
Next.
That was good.
Next up. RS or BS, the lion was originally called a maned panther. Like a maned panther. RS or BS.
Real stuff.
Okay, Reese says real stuff.
I say bologna sandwich on that one.
That is
Bold.
BS. I made that one up
Dang.
too. Complete
Carson.
total lie.
You got me twice, dude.
I know, dude. So that's 2 BSs in a row.
Gosh, dang it.
Next up. This one's kind of funny, but the Arabian mongoose found in northern parts of the Arabian Peninsula was recently discovered to be one of the smartest animals on the planet, surpassing dolphins and chimps in their ability to remember information and replicate human activity. RS or BS?
RS. That was way too long for you to have made that up.
Yep, I think that's real.
Yeah, real stuff.
That's
That's
definitely
BS. I
Oh,
made
no.
that
What?
up
Dude,
too.
are you kidding me?
I completely...
Dude,
I don't
that
even know if
sounded
the
really
Arabian
official.
mongoose is a thing.
I'm not going to believe anything you say anymore.
Dude,
Like,
that's funny.
complete total lie. But didn't that sound
That sounded really
official?
official. I'm proud
I
of
was
you for that.
I was writing that out. I was like giggling to myself. No, I was chuckling. I'm a man. I was just laughing at myself writing that because I thought it sounded the surpassing dolphins and chimps in their ability to remember information and replicate human activity.
Yeah.
That sounds official.
That sounds really official. I'm proud of you for that.
Yeah, but it's not. I completely made it up 3 in a row.
Yeah.
I really discovered that today that I could do that. I was like, man, I can just make stuff up.
Yeah. No, that's good.
And yeah.
I like it.
So now my last RSOBS fact for the day. There's a town called Bacon Level in Alabama. Bacon Level, Alabama.
I mean, I'm having trouble believing
I
anything
don't
he's saying
know.
right now.
I'm going to go with RS because that's what my heart says.
Your heart is.
I mean, it is the South and bacon's involved, so let's just say yes.
That is real stuff.
Yeah.
Yes.
Bacon Level, Alabama, a real place. I've never been there. I don't. Do people live there, or is it like a small
I don't know. You're the one that presented this.
Well, I know, but can you just imagine like being like, "Oh, where you from? Bacon Level."
Yeah,
Alabama,
Bacon Level.
my hometown.
Yeah.
We don't joke
Represent.
about bacon. Bacon's
We
serious
don't.
business.
It's serious.
Bacon is
Never.
serious
It's never
business.
BS.
That's true.
It's never BS, unless it's that bacon sizzle. Know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, that is BS.
True. Unless you threw bacon on a bologna sandwich, do you think that would be good?
Bacon bologna.
Well, it enhances everything else.
Yeah, true.
That's
Like
true.
chocolate. Yeah, I don't know. I'd say so.
Yeah,
Bacon
so-
is the only food that other foods want to be wrapped in.
True.
dude. Just dropping the wisdom.
Dropping
It's
the
true.
Straight
wisdom,
out the
bro.
gate.
It's true.
Dang, we just started.
Padre does not mess around.
No, he don't. Mm-mm.
But so yeah, that is all I have for RSOBS. I hope you all enjoyed. Tell us in the comments how you did. But before we get into the real questions for you, Daddy-O,
Okay.
we actually have a new segment on the Real
Yes.
Stuff podcast. So, without further ado, allow us to introduce.
Breaking news on the Real Stuff podcast.
Yeah.
Dun 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 dun. That was the theme song I
That
just
was
made
the
up.
news theme song.
Dun,
We have to remember
dun,
that and do it every
dun.
time.
Isn't that John Cena? Dun 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 dun.
Kind of, but we're gonna twist it.
All
It's
right, so
breaking news.
my first breaking news, and this has been kind of going all over the internet, and I'm sure you might have heard about it, but we're going to talk about it today. So we'll talk about it, and then we'll discuss it amongst ourselves. So the very first one, Mexican Congress holds a hearing on UFOs featuring a purported alien body that was presented in front of the lawmakers. The lawmakers heard testimony that we are not alone in the universe and saw the alleged remains of non-human beings in an extraordinary hearing marking the Latin American country's first congressional event on UFOs.
Ooh, that's interesting.
Isn't it?
I don't know.
I thought so. So basically what happened is they had this event and then the government showed these bodies of aliens.
Unveiled
Yes.
supposed aliens.
Have you seen this?
Yeah, I have, and it sound. I mean, I'm not sorry, not sounded, but the aliens look like a really bad rendition of E.T.
It did, yeah.
Yeah, it looked. Yeah,
Yeah, did you see
It
anything
looked
about
really
this?
funny.
No, but now
It looked
I'm gonna
weird.
Look.
It was quite strange, and it's just kind of funny this is all coming out at one time.
yeah,
You know?
weird.
It's kind of weird.
I don't know where I stand on aliens. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, that
Are you-
does that. I don't.
It looks
think
kinda
Well, and
weird,
I've heard
huh?
stories about how they're kind of creating. I don't know who they are, but just creating this smoke screen so that for when the rapture
The
happens,
oligarchy.
they have something
Yeah.
to blame it on.
Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that a lot too. What?
There's
Did
this
you
like-
see it?
No, I am. I'm looking at it, and this says a viral Mexican alien revealed as cake. So it's like the
The
realer
realer
cake
cake,
things.
yeah.
That's funny.
I saw a meme with the picture of that alien
Uh-huh.
that they unveiled, and it said, after 1 week of visiting Los Angeles, had a Dodger hat, some Nike Cortezes,
Oh, yes, I did see
and some
that.
long blue shorts on with the
Yeah.
white T-shirt.
That's hilarious.
I just look. I don't know. And the weird thing about aliens, right? It's like I feel like this. What I'm looking at this picture. I don't know if we can somehow put it in. Can we do that?
no, not
If
on
we can't, so look it up on your own.
Yeah.
But this looks exactly like something you would expect out of one of those old alien movies,
Yeah.
and I just find it hard to believe, me personally, that we just nailed it. You know,
Yeah.
like that's such a coincidence.
That's a great
that it's
point,
just
Carson.
it, like exactly
Unless
what
they
we
knew about these aliens
That's
back
a great
then.
point.
I don't know.
Which I have tons of conspiracy theories on, which we're not going to get into right now. But we could talk about it maybe at a later date, but probably not.
Yeah, let's skip over it today.
Okay,
but
well,
interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Very interesting. So, next on breaking news, in Hong Kong.
Wait, you forgot the theme music.
Oh, dun dun dun
There
dun. I'm
you
pretty
go.
sure it's John Cena, but we're going to go with it. In Hong Kong, a Dutch artist brought 2 massive rubber ducks like they're huge rubber ducks. Like they're hauled by boats in an attempt to bring happiness to the city. They're like, are you
Just
looking this up? Hong Kong
I'm
rubber
looking
ducks.
Something separate because I'm pretty sure I know about something similar in a different place.
Yeah.
How big are these rubber ducks?
They're huge, like massive rubber ducks. Let me see if I can.
So,
pull it up for you.
like, I'm just thinking of how Jeep owners put rubber ducks on each other.
Oh yeah, it's like 50 Jeeps. It would smash some Jeeps.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they're huge. But it was brought over by a Dutch guy, and it was literally my thing's not loading. I'm just gonna let Carson look it up if he's looking it up. But yeah, they were hauled by like sailboats, and well, not sailboats. They were pretty. I think they had to have an engine.
Like
'cause
this
they're
one?
huge. Yeah, that's the
wow.
the duck.
This
Show
is
that
in
to the-
Canada right
Show that
here.
to your camera real quick. That's the. I don't know if you can see that in the video, but
I don't know.
anyway, that's it. Yeah, I think I would probably be a little bit happier if I saw a giant rubber duck in the ocean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would make me smile for sure.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I was having a rough day, I'd chuckle.
Yeah.
Or it'd be really scary.
Yeah.
What if you were like, you're just swimming and like you're having a good time and you're treading water and you look and like you weren't paying attention and all of a sudden it's like boom, you know?
Yeah. It's just a duck.
Like did you ever get scared of like seeing like a giant ship floating at you and like you can't swim out of the way in time? Like that, but with a duck.
No.
I don't know, maybe I'm just scared of the ocean.
I don't like the
Because
ocean
I don't
either.
like sharks.
I'm not a huge fan of it.
I don't like scary, like those TikTok things that are like creepy things found in the ocean. I
Yeah.
scroll right past. Not a
Yeah,
fan
I
of
do
the
too.
ocean.
All right, for our very last breaking news. Dun 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 dun. Australia, man who took pet snake surfing was fined. So, Rigor Figuez said his python Shiva appeared to enjoy going out on the water. But wildlife officers said that the only snakes that should be in the ocean are sea snakes. So they fined him 2,000 Australian dollars, which is equivalent to $1,286 in American dollars, for taking the reptile out in the ocean.
So he took his snake.
He took his snake surfing.
How
and
do
they
you do
fined
that without
him.
losing the snake?
He had it wrapped around his neck and like his arm.
What the heck?
Yeah, it was weird.
That's crazy.
But yeah, that's all I have for breaking news.
Dun, dun, dun,
Dun dun dun
Yeah,
dun.
that is John Cena.
It is John Cena.
Dun, dun,
John
dun,
Cena.
dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, but
But
that was cool.
I hope you guys enjoyed. Let us know. in the
Yeah, if we
comments.
should
Are
do it
there
again.
comments? Yeah.
There's comments and maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, comment on YouTube. That has comments. And if you're not watching it on YouTube, watch it on YouTube. You can see our beautiful faces.
Yeah,
You
but they
know?
can also listen on Apple and Spotify.
Yeah, you
whatever
can.
they
I
wanna
mean,
do.
also, we're happy that you're listening no matter what.
Yeah.
But, you know.
But
just
anyway.
sometimes we do things and maybe it'll be more fun
True.
to watch. Like right now, you would have no idea what I'm doing with my hands if you didn't watch
True.
the thing.
That's a good point.
So, yes. So, I have a few questions for you, Daddy-O. Now that we've gotten all the fun stuff out of the way.
Yeah, all the fun
just kidding.
stuff.
So you're saying
This
what
is
we're going to
still
talk
gonna be
about
fun.
next is not fun.
Well, it
No.
is. No, that's
This
not
is
what
still
Carson
gonna be
means.
fun. We got the
Icebreakers out of the way.
Icebreakers
Now we get to the meat
out
and
of the way.
potatoes
Wow.
of the podcast.
Speaking of, I had steak this morning.
And we
And
had
last
snake
night.
last night.
I
We
had a
did,
bite
huh?
Every day it's called
Yes.
steak.
And we had potatoes.
Thanks,
last night,
Reese,
too.
cooking steak for
That's
us.
true. I did. I made
Appreciate
steak
it.
and I made little potato wedges.
Yes,
They
it
were
was
bomb,
delicious.
too.
True. He almost ruined my steak. Anyway,
Then I didn't.
So you mentioned, Dad, that you are an insurance professional, which, by the way, heck yeah, you are. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Now, what are some challenges that you and anyone else like in insurance, like what are you facing today?
Before I answer this question, I need to take a drink of my Prime.
Oh, true.
Sponsor us, Prime.
Official
No.
sports drink of the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Oh, that's so true.
That
Did you
is
see the
true.
Dodger one that they made? It was sick.
I know. I want it.
It was so sick.
Yeah, so it is a pretty challenging environment right now for insurance, especially on the personal level as far as property and casualty insurance. Lots of things happening right now. Lots of insurers that are leaving the state of California and not wanting to do the business in the state of California. Some of the big name carriers, which you've probably seen, have decided to not write new policies here in California because of the catastrophic losses that we've had over the years, wildfires, flooding, those types of things. So it's made it really difficult for those of us that are trying to help our clients provide insurance for maybe rental properties as they're buying them, or even buying personal residences, or even insuring cars, their regular vehicles. it's made it really challenging, and we've had to turn business away because companies are either not writing business right now or they're severely restricting business. So I feel sorry for agents that have maybe just started within the last year or so and thought about making insurance a career. It's been really hard for them. I've been doing this for over 20 years now. So, I have some residual business that I can maintain and kind of get through this. But yeah, it's been pretty challenging. So for you guys, for your buyers of properties and the people that are looking to either buy rental properties or even purchase first time homes, it's going to be very important for them to make sure that they can actually get insurance on the home before they're looking at buying. So yeah, it's a challenging market right now.
Yeah. So you said, so is it only because of the wildfires and stuff that they stopped insuring, or what else is?
Well, in California, we've had over the last 20 years. Years ago, I remember there were a lot of fires in San Diego that created a lot of catastrophic losses. So insurance companies in California for a long time have been trying to find a way to raise rates or not do business in California because of the catastrophic losses. So this has been a long time coming. Gotcha. But just within the last 3 years since COVID, we've had inflation increase. And so the cost to rebuild homes and replace cars and those types of things has gone up 30-40% in the last 3 years. And then we've had a rate moratorium since COVID. And so it's kind of been the perfect storm, I guess you can say. So yeah, a combination of all the losses that have incurred, inflation, and then things aren't rated properly. So, and when that happens, insurance companies start losing money. So then they stop writing business because they don't want any more exposure.
Gotcha. So people, like when they're buying new construction houses, when they're buying regular houses, it's hard for them to get insurance as well.
Well, typically what we've seen is that if you're in the city limit, if you're in a neighborhood and stuff like that, you're pretty much okay. Like we've had a couple carriers that have shut down zip codes like 93291 in Visalia, which is, kind of a really big zip code, and it's a really nice area. But we've had some carriers stop writing business in that zip code altogether, which, but a lot of your rural areas have been hard, outside of city limits, maybe in the foothills and things like that. It's always been a little bit of a challenge, but it's even more of a challenge now. But we do have some carriers that are still writing. It takes a little more work and it's a little more of a challenge, but we're still, finding ways to get it done. So yeah, I have some options. So if you have any clients that are looking for help or can't find anything from their current carrier, definitely have some options for them.
Yeah.
So
cool.
Yeah.
So now that we've talked about some of the challenges, what's rewarding about being an insurance professional?
Well, so I kind of talked about the property side here, just with the first question, but what I think is really rewarding, what has been really rewarding, and I don't deal with it very often yet, but being able to help families when they have a loss. And I'm talking about more from a life insurance perspective.
Yeah.
So I've been doing this since 2001. And not to be morbid on a podcast, but I've had 3 claims that I've paid out, death claims for life insurance.
Yeah.
And when you're in this business, that if you're in this business long enough, that eventually you're going to have to pay a death claim on someone that you know or care about, because you do a lot of business with friends and family. It just kind of works out that way. People trust you, they know you, they come to you, right? So I've had 3 claims in 20 plus years. 2 of them I didn't know very well. The first one was actually a gentleman from here in Tulare. There's a community center here in Tulare called the Claude Meisenheimer Community Center. Claude was a client of mine. He's the dad of my friend Brian, and met Claude, and Claude was already up in age, and he was toward the end of his life, and so he passed away, and so we were able to provide a benefit to his family. Didn't know Claude really well, but it was nice to be able to help them. And then the second one I had was a gentleman also from Tulare that I didn't know him well, but he was a employee of someone that I helped insure, and he passed away and was able to deliver a claim for his family as well. Again, didn't really know them. The third one I had was a really good friend of mine. His name is Jeff O'Neill, and Jeff and I went to high school together and played basketball together. That's kind of what we had in common. We didn't really hang out a whole lot in high school, but we were friends. And then later on in life, we reconnected and played some more basketball together. And Jeff was real involved at the NAS, and we'd go play basketball there. And so Jeff and his wife Kim, shout out to Kim O'Neill, had a kettle corn business and also did shaved ice. And so reconnected with them and got to hang out with them and their family. And I did some life insurance for Jeff. And fast forward years later, one day I was at home. It was during the week, and I got a call from Jeff. And Jeff's like, "Hey, man, I have something to tell you that I don't want you to hear from anyone else, and I want you to hear from me." And I'm like, my mind starts racing, like what. And he says, "Hey, I have stage 4 cancer. I believe it was stage 4." And I was just totally caught me off guard. I was not expecting it because we're in our early 40s, I believe at the time. And so I just never expected to hear that. Yeah. And so right away in my mind as his insurance agent, I started thinking like, man, I hope everything's in order, right? Because, but didn't really think about that much then. Because Jeff, if you knew Jeff was a fighter. And Jeff was, he wasn't going to let anybody push him around or punk him, right? Yeah. So even with him having cancer, and even though it was like advanced at the time, I was like, he's going to beat this. Like, that's just Jeff. Like, and so, and he did. He fought it. And, a few years went by and Jeff was doing really well for a few years. And then as time went on, he succumbed to cancer and passed away. And I remember having a conversation with him when he, toward the end, when he knew he was probably going to pass away, and just he wanted me to reassure him that he was, that his life insurance was in place, and that we were had that all in place. So after he passed, being able to go sit with Kim and talk to her and just sit across from her and just have her just kind of express to me how much she was thankful that Jeff had that life insurance, and she thanked me for helping him, and because I remember the words like it was yesterday, and she said, Eric, I don't know what I would do if we didn't have this life insurance. So that was very, very rewarding, and that really drove home why I do what I do. And so when I think about why, because listen, replacing cars is one thing. Like, you insure a car, it gets stolen, you replace it. A house can be replaced, but there's nothing like knowing that you can have an impact on a family, that they're not going to lose their home. They're not going to have to lose a lifestyle that the family can continue on. So that is very, very rewarding. And so, Kim is doing really well. Nick and Natalie are doing really well. And we miss Jeff every day, and we talk about him a lot. And, but yeah, super rewarding to be able to help families in that way. So it's a long story. I'm sorry, but I just wanted to.
It's a good one.
Yeah. No. And you know what? Listen, we're talking about life insurance. So life insurance is not exciting, or who really wants to talk about it, but
but it's important.
It's important. Yeah. And like I said, and I see Kim to this day and see how she's doing. And I just, it makes me proud, and a lot of people love Jeff, and so yeah, very rewarding to be able to help.
So you kind of touched on it in that story of like the emphasis, but why should someone who's been holding out on having life insurance, why do they need it? Should they wait, or like what's the?
Well, you know what? Like
not a sales pitch.
No,
like
absolutely. Yeah. I got you. Jeff and I never thought we would have that conversation, right? Like, sure. Because Jeff was one of those guys that you're not going to talk him into anything. Like it has to be his idea. Like, you're not going to talk him into anything. Right. So So, we had some discussions, but he wasn't going to do it until he was ready to do it. And at one point he was ready to do it, and we sat down and did it. And he and I never thought, you don't think that we're going to have that conversation one day. I never thought that I was going to get a call from him on a random weeknight. And Jeff never, he was planning on living a long life. And so no one ever thinks that they're going to have that conversation, especially as guys. We think we're invincible. We think we're going to live forever, and so, yeah, it's important. We have so many, as you guys will find out, as husbands, as dads, we have so many things going in our head. And there's a top 10 list of things that we need to get done, and typically life insurance is not in that top 10.
Mm-hmm.
But we plan for the unexpected in other things, in other ways. Right? We save money for the unexpected. We have to prepare, and our wives and our kids depend on us. And listen, I don't like paying for mine every day. I see it come out of my account every month, and I don't like it, but it's really good for me to know that if I leave this place and get in a car accident on my way home, that you guys, your sister and your mom, are not going to have to worry about money when they're grieving. Mm-hmm. That's really impactful. So yeah, don't wait. And on a practical level, every year you wait, the more expensive it gets. Mm. So when you're young, take care of it and get it over with, and just know it's something you got to do. And don't wait, because the other thing too is that you never want to be in a point where you're uninsurable.
Yeah.
Because if you wait too long and you become uninsurable, then you're stuck. So
yeah. When I got mine, because Dad, you helped me get mine set up. It was very easy because I'm young and I'm very healthy. I work out a lot, exercise a lot, eat really healthy.
Yeah.
Did Reese mention that he's going to the gym? He had to work that in real quick.
I was not. Why? Gosh, you're so annoying.
They took a look at my biceps and they're like, it's actually free for me.
Well, can I say one more thing?
No,
and thinking about Jeff, and I wanted to say this too, because it's been a few years since Jeff passed away, and we're at the Naz this last Saturday for a soccer game, and there's a tree planted out there in his honor with the bench and stuff, and I was showing Trisha, about showing her that, and I don't talk too much about this situation, because I want to honor Jeff. I don't want to use his name as a sales pitch, to sit down with a couple and say, hey, I have a friend that passed away. And I very rarely talk about him and that, because I want to honor him. I don't want to, but again, it's a story to be told, and there's a family that benefited from Jeff preparing and Jeff caring about his family enough to take care of that. So, but yeah, I just, it's very rare do I talk about this with prospective customers or people, or, I don't want to use Jeff's name, in a way that dishonors him, but I feel like it's a story that needs to be told.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Jeff was such a cool guy, because one of the other things, the last thing I'll say about this is that, when he was dealing with his cancer and going to all his treatments and everything, and remember Nicole from church? Mm-hmm. Nicole had all those heart issues, and she was going through multiple surgeries, and Nicole ended up passing away. But she was dealing with some of these things at the same time that Jeff was going through his treatments and having his battle. And every time I would talk to him and I would ask, I want to know how he was doing, and he always turned the conversation to Nicole. He never made it about himself. He always wanted to know how Nicole was doing. How can I help? How can we help? If you guys remember, I don't know if you remember this, but they used to come on Wednesday nights to church and bring their shaved ice cart or shack. It was more like a trailer. That thing was beautiful. But and Jeff said, hey, you guys cover the syrups and the cups, and everything that you make off of it goes to Nicole. He wanted to help other people before himself, and so I feel like that's important to say, because that's just the way that was Jeff.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I have more questions. I didn't know.
I didn't know if you were gonna go.
Yeah, I have a few, just to shift away from insurance a little bit. Not that it's not important. You guys should all buy insurance, but
from Dad.
I also from Dad. Yeah, we can plug him. He's our dad.
Yeah, he is,
and he's great. But anyway, to get away from that a little bit, to talk about some other cool things that you do. you mentioned that you are a youth leader, kind of the head honcho of the youth. Me and Reese offering vital support.
Vital support.
Vital
yeah,
support,
we're like the
but,
pillars that like.
Yeah, I was just curious, like how did you get started in youth ministry? And yeah.
Wow. Well, so I got saved in 1993.
Woo!
Yeah, it's been 30 years.
Dang, 30
And
years. this year.
yeah. So through the years, I've done various things in ministry. I mean, at church.
Wait, can I ask a question really quick before you go? What do you remember the date that you got saved?
No, I don't. I don't have a specific date. I mean, it took probably 6 months for me to realize that what Jesus had done in my life. But yeah, it's somewhere in December. I know it was like
I was
somewhere
going to
in
say
December.
it's 30 years. Exactly.
Yeah.
Anyway, continue.
December. So done various things in church. So, I've done ushering ministry. I've done jail ministry before.
Mm-hmm.
That was really scary. That was something I never saw myself doing. But I was always petrified when I got there, but always blessed when I left.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, over the years, just did various things, and I think I can't remember the year, but started helping out in the youth ministry when your grandpa was doing youth ministry. Was helping out there, and just over the years, just went from just assisting to doing junior high at Calvary Chapel, Visalia with Joe, and then now just doing senior high and junior high. So yeah, it's been a ride for sure, but it's been great. It's been great, and I think that one of the things that your mom and I are very always talking about is that it's very easy to complain about anything really, but there's two things you can do, right? When you see a need, it's either you can complain about what is not available to you or what's not being done, or you can be part of the solution and jump right in and help. So that's kind of what motivated us to really get involved with youth ministry. Is that like, what? Yeah. We're available. We're, let's do it, and I felt like the Lord put it on our heart to do that. So
I remember a conversation with you and Mom when Mom was talking about all the things that she used to do in youth group, and then like that kind of got transferred over, and you and Mom and Joe and Sandra did a lot for our when we were in youth group, and all our what's the word I'm looking for? Like other people that were our age.
Yeah.
High schoolers and youth group.
Well, we wanted to provide opportunities for you guys to have, whether it's bonfires or, overtimes after high school games, or just, going bowling or taking hikes in Three Rivers, or
you and Joe were like the dynamic duo.
Yeah. No, we had a lot of fun doing it, and we always try to provide things, ways for you guys to get together with people that were like-minded, and then also reach out to your friends, like friends that were maybe struggling or needed something, and just to love on you guys, and then not just that, but just give you the word, like to give you solid Bible teaching, to share God's word with you guys, and because we knew that, and we still know that God's word is what changes our lives and what instructs us. So, giving you the word, and then providing opportunities for you guys to, be together and hang out together and do those types of things. So yeah.
And I think you guys made it really easy for us to like, and I mean especially to bring friends, because you made it fun, and you made it like. And even like when you were teaching, you made it really easy to understand, but really applicable daily. And so it's just like, it wasn't something that, not that you should be embarrassed about it, but like if it was one of those, like, I don't know, if it was weird. Then
weird youth groups. We don't have a weird youth group.
But cool, you guys always made it really fun and really, so it was easy for us to invite people. And I mean, look at Liv. She brings out someone like every week.
True.
Well,
she's a pack, bro.
That crazy fool.
She got a bunch of fools.
My philosophy on that too is like, we're not a country club, right? We don't have an exclusive membership.
True.
Like, bring your friends, bring them. Like, I don't want this to be a clique. We're not here to just support these 20 kids, and then we don't like, bring them. You know,
Yeah.
bring whoever you want. We'll feed you. We'll love on you. We'll make you part of our group, and that's important to us. So, and as a parent, you'll know this too. Whenever you have events at your house, you get to keep an eye on your kids and their friends.
Yeah, that's true.
Pro tip right there. So,
Yeah.
you know.
That's a good little
But
parenting
yeah,
hack.
no.
Well,
but,
and never mind. Nothing.
Okay.
Never mind.
I have another. I don't know what you were gonna say.
Nothing.
but
Don't worry
alright,
about it.
So what? This you kind of talked a little bit, but what's your favorite part about being? Actually, I'm gonna change it. What have been some of your best memories being a youth leader? Anything just crazy, goofy, funny, serious? I don't know. Anything that comes to mind.
best memories.
Best memories.
You
They
know,
don't all have to just be a me. I know that all your favorite memories are
I
me,
know.
but
I
try to
know.
throw in some other ones. there.
well, you know, one of my favorite memories recently is Elias
I love that.
going to Morro
I
Bay.
love Elias, dude.
And we were out there on the beach that one day, and he's just standing there in the water, and he's just grinning from ear to ear.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, he was so happy
Mm-hmm.
to be out there. And I love that.
Yeah.
That was just like, it made my day just to see him so happy about,
Mhm.
you know, I think that was his first beach camp.
Yeah.
And he's, Elias, if you don't know, he's a pretty quiet guy, and he was just so happy to be there. It
So
was-
happy.
And
Yeah.
we've seen it every year at camp since, and even at youth group. Yeah. I
Yeah.
love that.
Shout out Elias.
Yeah.
Shout out Elias. I don't know if he listens.
You know, being in
we'll
youth,
We'll tell him to listen.
being in youth ministry is very exciting, but it's also, it could be a little sad
Mm-hmm.
too, because like you do have those great moments, and you do have kids come through youth group, and you want nothing more than for kids to grab onto God's word and to apply it to their lives. And you know the struggles that are coming, and you know the temptations and the risks and everything that are out there. And then when you see kids like walk away from the Lord and like, maybe get, hooked up with the wrong crowd or, whatever, and they get hurt, that's hard.
Mm-hmm.
That is hard, but so many more, wonderful memories. Like even just doing the after high school football games, we'd have the overtimes where you guys
love
would
those,
come and
yeah.
we'd do air hockey, and we'd have music and bonfires and
Mhm. Hide and seek.
hide and seek.
I
And
remember there was one time. Sorry to interrupt.
No,
I
you're
remember
good.
There was one time we used to play at Calvary. We played a huge game of hide and seek where we were like all over the campus. It was
Yeah.
like hide and seek tag, and we were all playing, and we found everyone except for Reese. And for so long, we were searching and searching and searching for Reese, and he was texting me. He was like, "I'm like a little birdie in a tree," and so we looked in all the trees and we couldn't find him. We looked in all those bushes, we couldn't find him. And it turns out he was in the back of someone's truck with a cover on it, and none of us wanted to look in the truck because it's someone's truck. And then they wouldn't let us play anymore that day
Yeah.
because it was probably an hour that we were looking
Yeah.
for Reese. I remember that.
That was good. Didn't we do a basketball tournament one time too?
We did so much.
Yeah, I don't know.
We have a lot
Yeah.
of good memes.
yeah,
Memories.
lots of good memories.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and making more.
True.
We're not done.
We are making more.
Yeah, we're
Shout
not
Oh,
out to our
done.
youth group right now.
Yes.
Woo!
You guys are
Youth
awesome.
group. P-dubs. Youth.
And I mean, I actually have one more question, but it's not for Dad. Reese, tell us about your shirt today. About your green shirt here today.
Okay, so today I wore a shirt that I had already wore on a previous episode. And I know it's not that big of a deal, but I wanted to have a different shirt on.
Mhm.
So last week, 2 weeks ago, we had a brokerage meeting here at the Sean team. We had a team meeting, and it was neon. And so I didn't have a neon shirt, so my friend and people I work with, Lewis, and
Executive producer.
the executive producer, who doesn't actually listen to the podcast, but that's okay. He went to go get shirt, and he came back with a tank top for me and gave it to me. And I wore that, and then afterwards he's like, "Oh, I didn't think you were going to wear that, so I got you this green shirt." So it's been at the office, and so luckily I remembered it, and so that's why I'm wearing this shirt, because I wanted to have a different clothes for each podcast.
Is it possible for us to green screen something onto you? Can we do that?
You probably could, yeah.
Yeah. If you want to, you could. I don't think we're going to because
Yeah.
we're lazy. But you guys should green
Yeah,
screen something
you
onto
should.
Reese. But
Yeah.
yeah, that's all the questions I have.
Oh, okay.
Reese, what do you have?
Dad, what's your favorite color?
Didn't you already ask me
I know, but
question?
that
That
was
was in the
off.
fake
That was in the
stuff.
fake
Oh.
stuff.
Our test runs.
Our test runs, yeah.
I mean, Dodger blue.
Dodger blue, baby.
Best color.
Yeah.
The Dodgers just clinched the NL West.
True.
They have won the division for the 10th
Can-
time in the last
I
11
have a
years.
question for you guys.
Okay.
And it is insurance related.
Okay.
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 So, again, having done this for over 20 years,
Uh-huh.
I've never received any calls. I had never received any calls about life insurance from people like in their 20s and 30s like I have in the last 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I am not a TikTok user. I have a TikTok account, but I don't use it. But I get so much feedback from people like your age and maybe a little older about they see stuff about life insurance on social media.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys see that?
I mean, I definitely don't. That's not on my social media, but
I
don't know.
don't see a ton. It depends on what part of social media, because like TikTok, they'll feed you things that you've been viewing recently.
Gotcha.
So like if you get in certain sects of like SECTS,
Yes.
SECTS, if you get in certain portions of TikTok, then it'll give you a lot of life insurance stuff.
Well, because
So
I've been wondering, like, I've gotten probably within the last 6 months, I've gotten 3 or 4 phone calls from people like, hey, I've seen this. What do you know about it? Or what? Like, I've never in 20 plus years, never
Yeah.
have I received phone calls about certain
Okay.
benefits or features like I have now.
I've seen a few like finance people that talk about life insurance, or they'll talk about that cash value life
Mhm.
insurance. Like, that's all I've really seen. Like different finance people
Right.
saying different ways to do your retirement or whatever, because
Right.
they'll give you that stuff that you
Right.
can use it before you die.
Right.
And I'm just not really in that area of TikTok, and I don't
You're in,
really
like-
follow those people on Instagram. I get
Yeah.
like comedy.
I have a
random
friend from
stuff.
high school that I think does he does life insurance, and so
Mm.
I see some of his stuff sometimes.
Mm.
But
Well, and I think that I think that what's attracting people, because when you talk about life insurance, you talk about like death benefit. Well, who wants to talk about that, right? Because in the past, the complaint has always been, well, life insurance, it's only going to benefit me if I die.
yeah,
Like, why do I want to do that, right?
Mhm.
Well, now they've coming out with more features and benefits that will actually benefit you that you can use. Like,
well, and that's probably why more 20-year-olds or people my age are talking about it, because that's kind of why I bought it.
You're right.
Was because I want to use that stuff for investing.
right, because you want to be your own bank, you want to
exactly.
self-fund,
Yeah.
those types of things.
So, well, because I probably wouldn't have gotten life insurance until I got married
Yeah,
if I hadn't,
yeah.
I don't know.
Just curious, social media question. Like,
Yeah.
me, I'm
Yeah.
I'm on Instagram and Facebook, but I don't kind of venture into
You're
the
a
other
content
stuff.
creator, huh, Dad?
Well, I don't know if I could say that.
We're
but
making you into a content.
you guys are
creator.
pushing me, and I appreciate
Let
it.
us know.
And if
Give us a comment, because Dad needs to become a content creator. So
and if you want to see the content he's creating,
yeah,
where can they find?
where
you,
can they
Dad?
find you, Dad?
Instagram and Facebook.
Instagram and Facebook.
Yes.
Um,
Give us your handle. What is it?
Do you know your Instagram name off the top
I
of
think
your
it's
head?
This
Eric
is
J.
terrible.
Sapien.
It's wow.
Can check on your phone? I think it's Eric J. Sapien.
If you really can't find it, me and Reese are both following him
Yeah,
on
so
Instagram.
you can go to our
accounts.
followers
Mine
and
is
search it
at
up.
Carson.Sapien. Reese's is at Reese Sapien.
yeah, true.
Follow us. Look through our following like a creepy stalker
Mm-hmm.
and search for Eric, and that's him, Eric Sapien.
Yeah, that one. And then what did it say?
It's Eric.Sapien.
Eric.Sapien.
Eric
Dang,
dot
so you
Sapien.
and Carson
The
have like the
dots are
same
classy.
style.
Yeah.
Okay, one quick comment about the social media content creation.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tell us.
There is a video around that's floating around
Mm-hmm.
that your mom made
Oh.
that is a blooper reel for one of the videos that I did.
Oh.
Carson was filming me,
I was.
and it took me 42
Wow.
takes to film a
Oh, wow.
27-second video.
Yeah.
It was funny. Only slightly frustrating, but it was pretty funny.
Yeah.
I was-
Me and Dad, we were out there having a good time.
I was not having a good time.
I
Okay.
had to reassure him and be like, Dad, you've got this.
Yeah.
After like take 14, I was like, I told Carson, I'm done. I'm not. And he's like, no.
I didn't let him walk inside.
Carson, thank you so much for not letting me quit.
You're
Yeah.
welcome.
42 takes, and your
Dang.
mom thought it was so funny. She needed a blooper reel,
And the people loved it.
The
People loved it.
It was wildly successful, just like this podcast.
Yeah.
The people want it.
The people want it.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah.
But
What were you gonna say?
nothing.
Oh, I thought you.
Is that all the questions you guys have for me? I figured you guys let me off easy.
that's all.
Okay,
Well,
hold on. Let me think about.
You guys
this
didn't
then.
ask me like which one's your favorite
Who's
or
your favorite?
Who's
you
your
know.
favorite?
Well, you already said that. You already
no.
said it was
Yeah.
Liv.
Right.
We
Who's
know
your favorite
it's
of
Liv,
us
too.
too?
Me and Reese have pretty accepted
That's true. We do.
Do you love me more because I played high school baseball?
That was so unnecessary.
We probably
That
played the
was
same
so
amount.
unnecessary. Well, I don't know. That was ridiculous.
Listen, when those days come to an end, it's hard.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
I remember the last at bat Carson had in Madera,
Did you
and
cry?
I was standing behind home plate. I think I did.
You
I
didn't
did.
cry?
I was standing behind home plate,
No, I didn't.
and I just I was like, it's over.
You know what that
I-
means?
What?
He had no faith in you to go to the MLB.
I didn't either.
Just kidding.
Because here's the thing. Look, not that I wasn't a pro, guys, but I barely played in high school.
Yeah.
Well, my senior year, I barely played because I wasn't the greatest. There were also just someone who was better than
Well,
me,
and it's
and I'm willing to admit that. but
it's really funny how you guys are so different in that, like, when you would make a mistake playing baseball, Reese, you didn't care.
Yeah.
Like you could give up a 400-foot home run, and you would. I'm not saying you didn't care, but you just kept going. Like
Yeah.
you didn't let it bother you.
Yeah.
And Carson, he would make an error in the first inning, and he would be mad, like through the fourth inning, and his hand he'd start to
I'd hit myself.
hit his
yeah.
finger on his leg, and when I'd see that, I'd look at your mom and like, oh, he's mad.
But I had some of my best hits when I was angry.
You did.
Really?
Like, yeah,
Yeah.
that's a true.
Listen,
story.
Were you like a tornado of anger?
Swirling about.
Two of my favorite moments ever. Carson, when you were playing Cal Ripken, I was in the dugout. I don't know what you were, 8 years old. Was it 8?
I think I was 9. Was the Astros?
And you hit that ball down the first base line, and you went all the way around the bases and made it in. And like,
Andrew Lunsford.
I wasn't going to say his name, but you did. That's okay. Andrew Lunsford. And you wanted so bad to get a hit off Andrew. I remember, like, and you came all the way around, and your teammates mobbed you, and I about lost it in the dugout. Like, it was one of the happiest days. And then Reese's going into freshman year, dropping him off for summer baseball. He had just graduated 8th grade. He's a year younger than everybody else, the only freshman on the team. And I didn't think at all that you were going to play because you were the only freshman, and you
I
were
was literally 13 years old.
you were 13 years old, and you
Going to
had
play with
like
high schoolers.
Colby,
Yeah.
Henry was playing. Colby was like 19 and driving, and
Full beard.
full beard.
Bryson too. Both of them.
And you played in that first weekend, and you got a hit, and they put
first
you into
base.
pitch.
Did they really?
They put you into pitch. I about
Practice,
lost
dude.
it when they
What
put
the
you into
heck?
pitch. I started pacing. I was like,
That was
but
weird. Why
but
did they do that?
well, do you remember your teammates coming in and carrying you off the field?
No, I don't remember that.
Yeah, they came in and they I don't remember what you did. Or you when you were pitching. I think because you ended up getting the last out, and
Oh,
they
yeah.
and I could have died and gotten to heaven at that moment.
I was
like
good,
it was
man.
the best.
No,
But
you- don't give me that crap.
It was the best.
For some reason, I was good.
Lots
I don't
of
know
great.
why.
You guys
Yeah.
give me a lot of great memories.
Yeah. Do
Reese
you have
is a
any from like?
specialist.
Do you have any like good memories from like when I was golfing?
Yeah, I tell you what, I went out and watched you, and you have a beautiful golf swing.
Thank you.
Like you do.
So just every time I hit.
Well, you have great form. I
yeah.
mean,
Was there any like one particular moment that like?
no, I just remember
So, yeah.
being out there on, I think it was number 2 on the lakes at Valley Oak, and watching you tee off, and and just thinking, man, you have a great swing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember you told me.
That's a good hole too. I like that hole.
I remember you told me after, because if you remember, I had to convince you to go play golf.
Yeah, Jack in the Box.
Because you got cut from the baseball team, and
that was good.
we
Dad.
went to lunch at Jack in the Box, and I had done some background work and emailed the coach, which you didn't know, and I said, hey, do you have any openings, and do you have any cuts? And he's like, nope, no cuts.
Did you ask him that?
I did. I did. I said, do you have any cuts? And he's like, no, just have them come out.
Dude.
And and I said okay, and then I said, well, meet me for lunch, and we had lunch, and I said, why don't you go try out for the golf team? And you're like, well, I don't know, Dad. I don't know if I'm very good. Well, maybe you're like, maybe we can go out this weekend and we could check out my skills. And I said, well, you don't have time for that because it starts today.
I texted Chandler and I was like, what do I wear to golf?
Yeah.
My friend, he's like, jeans. I was like, oh, okay. I don't know if you have to wear like.
Listen, not to embarrass
anything.
you, but I remember picking you up the day you got cut. And I remember picking you up in front. This is a cool story. I remember you picking you up right there where the buses pick up next to the gym. And you were in tears, and you came to the car, and you're like, hey, Dad, it's over. And I'm like, yeah, I know. Practice is over. You're like, no, it's over. I'm like, you're like, I got cut. And I'm like, it came out of left field. I wasn't expecting it. I didn't, I was heartbroken for you because you were heartbroken.
Yeah.
And you were heartbroken. And we talked about it, and I didn't truly really try to say, hey, everything's going to be all right or whatever. I mean, I consoled you and just, I said, well, let's come up with a plan or whatever. And you were bummed out. I mean, this was a Friday, and I remember Saturday came, Sunday came, and then, kind of let you just kind of be yourself for a couple of days and let you grieve about it. And because you didn't know what you're going to do. I remember you said, Dad, I've been on a team every year since I was like 4. What am I going to do now?
Yeah.
And then fast forward to you go play golf. You loved it. You loved playing when we would just go have fun. And I remember you telling me one day, you're like, Dad, I'm not a baseball player anymore. I'm a golfer now.
Wow.
And that's, just so you don't have to brag about yourself. You did so well. You moved up in the rankings. You ended up getting a Rookie of the Year award.
I would have said the Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, you got a Rookie of the Year award for that year. You did so well. And I remember. Do you remember that day I picked you up in the exact same spot from golf, and I said, "Hey, don't you remember because I had told you that, something good's going to come out of this."
Yeah.
And I remember telling you that day. I said, "Remember when you had the worst day of your life when you got cut? Well, you shot the low round at King's Country Club.
Yeah.
You were and I picked you up in the exact same spot. I said." Yeah, and I said, "Don't you remember you had the worst day of your life? And look at you now. You just had the best score." And it was like a revelation to you. You're like, "Wow!" And it was good. It to me it showed the faithfulness of the Lord.
Yeah.
So anyway,
I was a good golfer.
Yeah.
Well, in the same, listen, when you guys have your own kids, you're going to see. I mean, when Carson got cut from soccer,
I forgot about. Hey, I forgot about that.
I remember. Listen, I remember, hey, in Carson's defense, Golden West, their soccer team's legit. At least it was then. And Carson was a good soccer player, but I mean, you had to be
going half the time too. Cause I was splitting between soccer and baseball.
You didn't get to give it your all,
dumb.
but I remember that day picking up Carson and the disappointment. But you know what? Life is all about disappointment and bouncing back from it and not letting it define you. Mm-hmm. And to move forward. I mean, we learn the most when we fail, right? As opposed to when we win. Winning's good, but we learn from failure. So anyway,
true.
That's my dad wisdom for the day.
Thank you for that dad wisdom.
And thank you for bringing up our getting cut from sports.
I know.
I appreciated that on
and
our podcast.
me crying.
Hey, you know what? Listen, I never got cut.
Did you?
But
play
you know why?
Yeah,
exactly. That's exactly why. Because I was always too afraid to try. So. That's why I'm glad you guys
it's
at least
kind
tried.
of showing our humble beginnings from like getting cut from sports to having the #1 podcast ever.
That's true.
Hey, listen. Shout out to Mama Trish.
True, Mama Trish.
Listen, Mom, your mom. I'm going to give you some marital advice right now.
Yeah.
If you can find somebody that has the qualities of your mom, you're going to do really well.
You know what I told Mom the other day? Me, her, and Liv, we were at Walmart. Maybe it was you. No, I think it was Liv.
It was not me.
It was Liv. And I was like, you know what? I just need to start listening to Mom more. I feel like my life would be so much easier.
Honestly.
if I
Well,
just listen to my mother. And
your-
I have been recently. I've been listening to Mom.
Listen,
and
your
it's
mom
been
has
going
some
well.
wonderful qualities, and I'm very fortunate to have her, and
Yeah.
thank God for her.
Yeah.
But you guys, you make us proud, and
Thank you.
you guys work hard, keep it up, and keep having fun. And the
Thank
Lord is
you.
good.
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Well, there's no better way to end it, I think.
That's
than the
true.
Lord is
I
good.
agree. Amen to
Alright.
that.
I feel like I
Well-
kind of rambled. Did I ramble?
No, that was good.
Okay.
Maybe a
That was
little.
all good.
I'm just
No,
kidding.
you did not, idiot.
All
All right. Well,
thank
well,
you for listening
thank
today.
you for listening. Dad, where can we find you? One more time. Who are you? Or where can we
At
find
Eric.Sapien
you? Yep.
on Instagram.
Yep.
Eric Sapien on Facebook.
Mhm.
That's what I'm talking
Yeah.
about. You can,
Like always, follow our Instagrams.
yeah, at Reese Sapien.
And at Carson.Sapien. If you
Yes.
have any insurance needs, reach out to that handsome Mexican man over there, Padre.
Glad to help.
And if you have any real estate needs, reach out to me. I can send you to Reese.
Yep. And if you want to sign up for the #1 newsletter in the world, you can go to the link in my Instagram bio. And you can sign up for Reese Weekly, which goes out every Friday. It's my newsletter. And you can also download the Sean Team app, which is the #1 real estate app ever. There's a lot of #1s around here. I've picked up on that trend. And you can also check out Pathway Visalia's website on that link tree. There's a bunch of good links that you can go check out. So go do it. And we will see you next week.
Yes. But before we go,
Oh,
Mom told us to say this.
okay.
If you like the podcast, feel free to go leave a 5-star review
True.
on iTunes. I
And
think.
subscribe.
And subscribe. Yeah, leave a 5-star review. If you don't like it, don't leave a review.
Yeah.
Because we have 5 stars right now. So let's keep it that way.
Let's keep it
If
5
you
stars.
Don't like it, don't leave a
Yeah,
review.
your opinion isn't valid anyway, but that's
we don't
okay.
need it. But if you like it, leave a 5-star review.
Yeah.
And
We'll see you next
we'll see
week.
you next time. Yeah.
Bye.
All right. Bye.